Welcome back to the LEGO City project, guys. I'm at a loss, to be honest. The Disney Castle, I think, is our biggest problem. The train track, I feel like it would be great raised, but also on the floor, it just suits everything a little bit better, I think. So I think I'm going to move the Disney Castle out and maybe up to the front here, where all of this stuff is. And then we'll have a little bit more of a grid layout, and it should be a little bit easier to place all the buildings and everything over there. So let's get to work. All right, so we've cleared some space in the LEGO City, ready to try and create a little bit of a grid format. And I'm gonna set up the camera on the tripod because I'm about to climb on this table for the first time, and I wanna make sure it's well supported, and if not, and it all comes crashing down, at least you guys will have a funny video. So, yay. Wish me luck. All right, table climb number 1 went successful. Very careful, and I'm sure it's not going to be safe if I just walk all over it. So I will stay on my knees and be very careful. Alrighty, as you guys can see, we did complete the loop around the city. I even started to tile off a lot of this area here, and I've started putting some slats on the train tracks there, which I think will look really cool, but also, as cool as it is to have another loop up top here, the whole reason that I did this is so that I could have the trains running without interfering with the rest of the grid layout of the LEGO City. So I think we just have to remove it. I think we're gonna have the one train line just sitting down the side here, which will house the Orient Express, just sitting there stationary. Might even be able to get a light kit for it, which will look very nice. But that will go underneath. We'll have a raised platform at the back here, which we will have 2 big base plates, 48 by 48s, depth-wise, and that will house, so I think it'll be 3 or 4 of those things across. I think 3 is probably fair without it taking up too much space there, because it'll need to fit the Disney Castle and also the Loop Coaster once we've built it as well. And I think that'll give it a bit of height to the city. Then we just have to build in front of it as like a bit of a facade or either rock face or something similar to that. Then I can start on this side, and I think we'll start with the grid here. Remove some of the buildings that I'm not too sure about at the moment, such as Diagon Alley. The other buildings like Simpsons House, maybe the Quickie Mart, unless we can build that one in, and the Krusty Burger, which is a new set for us. But I think we're going to keep the Brick Cross Station where it is. Most of the other modulars will move. We'll probably keep a park area around here, which would be nice, but I'm not sure what, like if it's going to be a little bit smaller or whatnot. There's a few other things to be able to add to the city, and I just like the modular buildings more than anything else, because I can always modify them to be taller or whatever I want. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do, and I think that we just have to try and pack in the modular buildings to the right side over there, make that look nice, and then we can start to focus on the rest of it, especially creating enough space for the elevated platform to go in that back section there. All right, so the extra stuff is gone. We are just left with the modular buildings that are going to be sticking around. We just need to remove the train track and the excess road plates for the moment, and then we'll figure out a nice layout for the road, figure out some jumpers so that we can position some minifigures, but we'll be starting in that back corner, I think, and then squishing it all in together, seeing how many studs we have left when we get over to that wall there. Hopefully just half a base plate, but we'll see. And then we need to make sure that the Disney Castle can make it into the back corner, but that's going to be a big elevated platform that we're going to have to put up there. All right, progress. We have removed the train line from the top. We've moved a few of the buildings at the back over, but I still have a lot of room, a lot of work to do here. This is just a mess at the moment. I'll get to that eventually, but I did get some extra parts, which I'll show you guys in a second what I've been up to there. We deconstructed quite a few of the plates, and we have some of these, what are they called? Straight tracks ready to ballast off. We've got, nope, neither of those ones. There's a few of them here by the looks of it. Oh, there's road underneath. But this one here. So I've started to do that, or I had the pieces from that. But we did go out and buy some of these ones. So we're going to be able to make these ones look nice. I don't know if that's going to be enough pieces to be able to do the whole thing. I would assume not, but I just didn't want to go over the top in terms of buying too much for that. Now, this is what I've been up to. So this is all tiled off for the most part. I think I'm out of tiles though for the light bluish grey, but I do want to create a stairway probably up here, and then in front of the train station we'll have like a little walkway area, so it will have a little buffer, and then the train will go back from that point. The Brickcross station will be somewhere along that one. It might not be right, we might have something right up against it here, but a bit further up. Trevi Fountain's looking pretty good, and we've got the kiosk stand actually set in spot. I put it on a little bit of an angle. Same with this base plate here, is I've set up jumpers so that I can put another sort of stand on there. Very similar sort of design to the kiosk stand, but a little bit different to be able to change it up. We started to tile off this area, which we're going to use as the train line. We've got a little curve, so this overhangs by about 2 studs, and we've got the yellow plate here as our stay behind the yellow line. It also elevates it a little bit, so it gets closer towards where the train would be open, so it looks a little bit better in that regards. There is still a little bit of a gap, so I could do a stud closer, but I'd rather not have the issue of the train running into it. These ones I'm either going to do like a ticket stand and a food vendor, or both ticket stands. I don't know if I should sort of close it in a little bit so you can still see in, but you know, I still haven't made up my mind on that one. But no, I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. We've got quite a bit more to do, and I think for today, I want to really try and work out what we're going to do for the Disney Castle, for the elevated platform. So I just want to clear this back area and then map out exactly how big I'm going to need this wooden sheet to be. And then I just have to build the legs from there. Either that, or I'll just get pre-made legs, because I think that'll be easier, especially because it doesn't matter too much what height it is, as long as it's not ridiculously low or ridiculously high. So yeah, we'll clean up, put these plates together for the road. For the train track. That'll make them look a little bit nicer. And then we can put it roughly where we want it to go and figure out how big this plate needs to be, or this wood sheet at the end. All right, I've been a busy man. I have put together this platform here, which is 3 by 2 48 by 48 base plates. And we have a little train line. Don't really need to see the back part of it, so I've just put a bit of a buffer there just to stop the trains from going too far, even though they shouldn't anyway. But this is what it looks like down at the side here with the train station. And I'm pretty happy with this layout. I feel like the stairs going up from the bottom here up to this area have a bit of a walkway, and then onto the main road here. That should offer enough for people to drop minifigures off at the train station. We have enough room to be able to build up like a bit of a mountain around, so we can make it a little bit more natural, but maybe for the road, making that a little bit more man-made. I feel like that'd be cool. I don't know what to do with the rest, because it just depends on how all the rest of the buildings sit, but I'm going to try and keep those fairly compacting together, just enough details so that you can see down the alleyways and everything, which would be very nice. All the buildings are just a bit in shambles at the moment. I'm pretty happy with the back row here, and it's nice to plug all the modulars in again and see them shine. But yeah, I think this is the base layout of what we're going with the road in front, and I'm thinking of putting my custom skyscraper in the corner there, because it should fit. And yeah, then I can go as high as I want with it, and the loop coaster next to it would be pretty cool. So yeah, Disney Castle up in the back corner, loop coaster there. I feel like it's going to look really good, especially if we can put a motor in the loop coaster. That'd be amazing. I'm thinking for this front area where the junk is at the moment, this is going to be more of like a dock or a beach area. So I could potentially even put the like a pirate ship or something there, which would be really cool. But otherwise, I'd love to get this Disney Castle moved up onto there, but I need the Mills plate all around it, and that is going to take a lot of time and a lot of parts as well. And I feel like we're making some good ground in this front section here, so I feel like we maybe just chip away at that, but I'm very tempted just to try and figure out what's going on around this area for all the modulars, build all of that up, and then we can get a bit of a grid layout, and then we'll realize how much space we have against the wall side, because I reckon it's probably only going to be about 4 studs extra, and then we'll just create like a bit of an alleyway or maybe even a rock face behind it, so then that wall is a bit covered. That'd be nice, but we'll see. Could even get a shelf up on the wall there for some extra sets. You never know. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. There is a lot going on in the city with a lot more to come. And I think that the next project that we're probably going to go with is building the loop coaster. Because, yeah, we'll have a little bit of spare time, so we may as well use it to the best of our advantage. Thanks for watching.